Continuing with circles, we are going to talk about angle measures, and precisely a radian angle measure. And what is a radian? A radian is if you took a circle and you had an arc length, let's call that arc length, we'll say that's A, B. So we had an arc length, and somehow that arc length is the same as the radius. So we'll say this circle is P. It's the same. So let's say AB is the same as my radius. That angle that makes that arc length, that's a radian. That's what a radian means. But what does that help us? So first, I'm going to show you how to convert degrees. So before, we've been working with degrees, but now we're going to convert degrees to radians. In order to do that, there's two ways. My favorite way is just taking pi divided by 180, multiplying by pi over 180, and then just put in radian at the end. The other way is you can do 2 pi divided by 360 and putting radian at the end. Both ways will work. It's the same number. Pi over 180, 2 pi over 360, it's the same number. So let's try it out. Convert 45 degrees to radians. So we just take 45, times it by pi divided by 180. We simplify that using our ABC button, 45 ABC 180. That gives us pi over 4 radians. Next one, 15 times pi over 180. That gives us pi over 12 radian. Then number 3, 90 times pi over 180, 90 ABC 180, or pi over 2 radians. Next, to convert a radian, so if we are given a radian, back into a degree. So to get it back, you just multiply by the inverse, which is then we multiply 180 divided by pi radians, and that will just give us degree. Radian. Or you can do 360 over 2 pi radian, and that will convert it back into degree. So let's try it. Number 1, 3 pi, so we take 3 pi over 2, and we're going to multiply by 180 divided by pi. The pi's automatically cancel out. That's where you get the degrees from. If we multiply this across, you get 270 degrees. 4 pi divided by 3, I'm just going to multiply by 180 and just cancel out that pi. This gives me 240. Pi over 8 times 180 over pi multiplied by across, I get 22.5 degrees. So let's try converting some of this to degrees, radians, what have you. Number 1, it is in radian, needed to convert it into degrees. So the easy trick I find is if I see a pi on top, the pi is going to be on the bottom, and I'm going to multiply by 180. So pi on the bottom, that multiply across, it gives me 30 degrees. Pi on top times 180 divided by pi, multiply across, I get 690 degrees. 30 degrees, okay, now I got to multiply by pi and divide by 180. 30 ABC 180 gives me pi over 6 radians. Number 4, 930 degrees, times this by pi divided by 180. This gives me 930 ABC 130. 180 is 31.6 radians. Pi radians. Pi. There's always a pi in there. 210. Gonna multiply this by pi divided by 180. 210 ABC 180 gives me 7 pi over 6 radians. Pi over 6, now I need to multiply by 180, divide that by pi. 180 divided by 4, that's 45 degrees. Number 7, 160 times pi divided by 180. This gives me 8 pi over 9 radians. Pi over 3, that I'm going to multiply by 180 divided by pi. That gives me 60 degrees. So it's kind of really easy. If I see a pi, I'm just going to multiply by 180. And I cancel the pi's. If I don't see a pi, I'm going to divide by 180 and then plug in a pi. And this gives me 330 degrees. Number 10, 660, I'm going to multiply by pi, divide by 180. This gives me 11 pi over 3 radians. 0, if I multiply anything by 0, regardless of what it is, it's still going to be 0. And number 12, I see a pi, so I'm going to multiply 180, divide that by pi. That gives me 420 degrees. And that's how you convert it.